The hackers that hacked Kaseya came back online only to be hacked themselves. This is a hacking story that I can get behind. Jon is going to share this story with Peter and me, so sit in for today's not so critical update.
Where do we even start with this one? It's kind of interesting because okay, let's get this out of the way. REvil Ransomware group that hacked Apple and got, I guess, their designs. They were counter hacked by the FBI. Something that I wanted to touch on before we actually jump in is hackback or hacking back or counter hacking, which is traditionally either looked down upon or illegal in some places, and they're really illegal. So for example, if a group like REvil or REvil, however you want to pronounce it, hacked someone, then that company is not allowed to attempt to hack back, but the FBI, I guess, is. So they actually used the FBI, they used similar tactics to REvil's own type of hacking strategies, that they, I guess, poisoned or altered some of the backup systems that they were using. So when they took down their web server, I guess they were able to gain access through the recovery of said servers, if I understood the article correctly. It is fairly interesting to think about from a macro level, not just that the FBI and maybe I think it was Interpol or someone else was also involved, but multiple agencies from multiple places were involved in this sting. There was some really funny name to the actual operation, but either way, it is really interesting to think about how the federal governments or these intelligence agencies around the world are above the laws that the same government that they are a part of have created laws against, which is that we're not allowed, as private companies or persons, we're not allowed to make these types of counterattacks in the event that we ourselves get hacked or breached. So definitely something interesting to talk about, and something kind of fun to talk about too. What are you guys thinking?
This is not the first story recently about the FBI hacking the bad guys, right? We had a story not too long ago about compromised phones being distributed that criminal syndicates were using for internal communications. We've got this. It's nice to see some strike back happening. I like it. I'm a fan.
Interesting.
Yeah, I like it too. I love it. I think it's cool. And it's the kind of thing that made me interested in hacking when I was 11 years old. But on a kind of more boring level, what's the quote where it's like killing one person is murder, killing 10 people is you're a serial killer, but if you kill 1 million people, then you're a politician or something like that.
Yeah.
So it's the scale about what's allowed is on an individual level is really bad, but when it gets to the kind of government level, the state level, it's good. The whole thing though is implicitly condoned by Biden and other national leaders talking about cyber warfare and cyber protections and national cyber strike forces and this kind of thing. So it's like, well, we know it's okay. It's just yeah.
It is an interesting tie-in because the FBI is a federal law enforcement agency, not a offensive cyber warfare agency. So does this happen as part of an investigation and this is a tool they use for the investigation? Is this going after convictions or is this just retribution? Probably would be a little curious to learn more about the legalities of something like that, although I'm sure it'll never come up.
$5 says that this is some smart guy who knew enough details about how REvil, by the way, apparently is the official way to pronounce REvil. Anyway, he knew enough about how REvil worked and how it's been taken down and had just enough details that he was able to say, hey, you know what? Yeah, I reckon that would work. And then he spoke to his boss, and he was like, yeah, let's try it. And then it just kind of worked, and they were like, yeah, but PR win, just almost accidental.
I'm gonna have to take the opposite side.
Okay.
First time I think that I'm on the other side from both of you, that
All right.
I'm not a fan of this.
That's
Mainly,
it. I quit.
Or evil sympathizer.
Yeah, no, I think it's definitely, look, first of all, sure, they took down some of their servers, that they didn't take these guys down, right? Like, and even if they take some of them down, this isn't like you're shutting down the group. Really, all you're doing is just throwing you're kicking the can farther down the street.
Okay. So what you're saying is it wasn't hardcore enough. They should have done more. Yeah,
no,
okay.
not
I'll
exactly. I think
I
think so. Certain countries take this approach. I believe Russia is one of them, that basically says don't hack at home, saying don't shit where you sleep, because they think they like and again, a little bit of guesstimating here. Russia, or the government of Russia, sees these black hatters as potential teammates in the event that they ever need them. So they say, hey, hack whoever you want, don't hack at home. You can hack Microsoft, you can hack, Spotify, you can hack any company, any government. We don't give a shit as long as it's not at home. Don't attack your comrades. And they turn a blind eye. And then when called upon, they expect these same attackers to help them if they ever need it. Now, America takes the no hacking whatsoever approach, right? So if I'm a medium, small, large sized company and I get attacked and I have a security team, I can't, and an offensive security team at that, I'm not allowed, legally speaking, to utilize that team to potentially get my data back or scrub the data or shut these companies down. To me, that this kind of, it just feels a bit, I guess, it's like an empty, hollow win. Why is the federal government allowed to do this, but we're not?
So is that to say, if you were, for example, the target of an active DDoS attack, your internal team could not offensively go out to pursue those attackers to disrupt that attack? You only would be able to defend yourselves on the inside?
Well, wouldn't you? I would like to try. I would love to be able to. And again, I'm going off of memory. Things might have changed, but the last I checked, hacking back is not allowed.
We need some stand your ground laws.
It is vigilante justice, right?
Yeah.
And vigilantism is illegal, and you need to just call the police.
But it's still kind of cool, though, right?
Yeah, it's sick.
mean, it's still kind of like the idea that the guy, we watch so much of modern Hollywood movies are
Right.
about like revenge movies where who's the Irish guy? I've got a special set of skills and I'm going to come and find you.
Oh yeah,
Liam Neeson.
Neeson, yeah. It's always Liam Neeson. He's like, his kid was kidnapped and he just goes and kicks it. Just everybody dies. I love it. I think it's brilliant. That's why I love it. It's like a movie, kind of. The sad internet security.
Yeah. I guess I just don't like who's behind it, is all I'm saying. I think we should be able to defend our own and stand our ground. And if we would be doing, we could potentially be doing a service by having this as an option.
So you're saying that you think that the company should be able to fight back?
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I misunderstood you there a bit. Like I thought you were like against that in general.
No, not at all. I think it's super cool that the federal government was able to do this. I think it's less cool that they also prosecute you for doing the same exact thing.
Oh, yeah. Okay. No, I kind of agree with you there.
So it feels a bit hypocritical.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the same as vigilante justice. The police aren't going to want you to go out and kill the murderer who killed your brother or something. I don't know. No, at least not according to the movies I've seen.
So which is slightly different angle. This is the same group, REvil, that hacked Kaseya not too long ago. We talked about that maybe just a couple months ago, I think. and then they mysteriously went offline for a while and then came back. Is this why they went offline at that time and then came back, or is this a more recent hack even than that? Do we know?
Slightly uninformed here, but what I heard at the time was that it was all to do with, well, there were two things. One of the members of the gangs of REvil, or I can't call it REvil, of REvil, went AWOL, and he had the keys to the office, kind of thing. And the other thing, what was the other bit? They rebranded, which is a common thing in with these kind of gangs. When they get reach a certain level of notoriety, they just go offline and come back as another name. So to reset the Interpol ratings, I suppose.
Yeah, from what I can tell, the timing doesn't seem to match up. I don't know what the explanation was for that, and like the actual truth was behind that initial event.
But like John was saying, that the tactics used to actually get inside REvil was that they were restoring things, and it was that process which was kind of compromised.
Interesting.
I mean, I think
high level. Yeah.
Well, I'll take it. A win's a win.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop cybercrime. It may not even do much more than slow these guys down. They've already rebranded and set up shop someplace else. But even still, I like it.
But this is something that's bugged me recently, is that every time something positive happens, there's a certain group of people, Mike, who their first reaction is, well, it's not really going to change anything, is it? It's not really, it was only just a drop in the pond kind of thing, which is kind of true, but like, I'm
not saying don't do it. I'm just saying ultimately it's not going to make any difference.
Yeah. I actually have to agree. It feels kind of like, what did you accomplish? Okay, you took down some of their command and control servers. Like, they'll spin up new ones. This is not. Yeah, this feels more of a PR stunt than anything else.
It's a war of attrition on both sides, I guess.
But a fun update, I don't know. Nonetheless.
Yes.
Yeah, this is kind of cool. They're going to make a movie out of this one day.
For sure. Guaranteed.
I rewatched The Matrix this weekend.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, do it, guys. It holds up really well.
That is my all-time #1 favorite movie, The Matrix.
You know what my plug is? My plug is to go watch The Animatrix, if you haven't.
Oh, The Animatrix is excellent. Yeah.
So good.
Amazing.
Because a lot of people watch The Matrix, they're like, oh my God, this is the Bible. I need to keep watching this because it's so amazing. I want to live here. But go watch The Animatrix, because that shit, that gives some serious history.
In another segment, I took the piss out of you, John, because I was pretending to write down notes.
Yeah.
But I'm actually going to write this down because I really want to go and watch that now.
It's good. I am a little skeptical about the upcoming Matrix 4.
What? Why, Mike? I mean, I think I said to you before, everybody knows that the number 4 is always the best.
The best.
It's those are the rules.
I'm expecting to be blown away. I better be blown away. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. I think only because I was looking forward to it. I was so disappointed by the trailers, because the trailer was just callback after callback after callback. Like, show me some. I get it. We all know what happened in the Matrix. I don't need you to do a scene for scene.
Maybe that's the point, right? Every Matrix is, every trailer is a spoiler. Finally,
but it's not that the trailer is a spoiler. It's that there's a kung fu scene in a dojo. There's a Trinity fighting in a dark office building. There's everything.
I try really hard to avoid jokes about your age, and I'm so sorry, but
this is what's going to bring it out.
There's a whole generation of people out there who have never seen The Matrix. They might go back and watch The Matrix 4,
those guys.
I watched it.
Wait, what were we talking about?
It's 20 years old. It's 20 years old, this movie. There's people who weren't alive who are going to watch Matrix 4 for the first time.
There's adults who haven't been alive.
All these callbacks haven't had the chance to rewatch Matrix 20 times. you know.
So make the true
so-
fans suffer. Screw those guys. We're
I
making it for the next generation.
actually think you're gonna come out of that theater and you're gonna love it.
I hope so.
So
I hope so.
That's my estimate.
We have a number of ongoing bets here, so
Yeah.
we need to start taking track.
Yes.
We've got the Twitch bet.
Speaking-
Twitch is going to go out this
Right.
All right. What's the?
The bet here is that Mike is gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10.
Really? 8 out of 10. All right.
8 out of 10.
Peter, get out your notebook.
Yeah.
All right.
And when does it come out?
Matrix
Sorry,
rating,
when does it come
December
out?
22nd.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to see it. I'm going into the theater the
Yeah,
first
for
week.
sure.
There's no question. If it's
What
an
day is
IMAX,
that?
I'll go to
What?
IMAX. But
22nd.
We are
and
really
you
going
know
on.
me, I have a good attitude about these things. So I'm going to go in
It's a
positive. Ready
We're
to not be
recording
disappointed.
on the Are we
Well,
gonna
we won't
recording
be.
it?
Well, we probably won't see it in release day, but yeah, I'll see it in theaters that same week. Yep, and I'm calling it now, Mike. You're gonna change your whole attitude. You're gonna
So
walk
tune-
out of that theater. You're gonna say,
in.
"Give me my red pill."
Tune in at the end of December and we'll find out.
Yeah.